the primary goal of any company is to make the profits and to continue creating the wealth for all the stakeholders on a sustainable basis. This is the primary goal of a company. The next question comes, what is the primary goal of an employee? So I will take you through a couple of career objectives which I have come across during my career from various prospective candidates. Okay. These are some of the sample objectives which I have come across, and you might have also gone through them. These are the career objectives we mention in our resume. So we are all concerned about enhancing our value towards the organization by utilizing our abilities, skills, and the knowledge which we have got during our education. So that is our main objective in the career. We will come back to this question after completion of few slides. So you will be wondering why I'm taking you through these questions, because you all have been learning the basic engineering course for for 4 years, and some might be doing their post graduation also. So during this education, we get to learn the technicalities of our domain. I mean, that includes right from the sciences subjects through the mathematics, then various engineering subjects dealing with the various disciplines. And then you come across the career. Means after completion of your degree, you will be joining an organization for the employment. So until now, we are not exposed to the cost or cost estimation or sales or marketing. These are predominantly the commercial functions as uh, implied by any employee. So the cost estimation is a typically boring subject where we have not been exposed to. So the knowledge and the skills required to inculcate the habit of costing is not developed into us. So I will quickly run you through the story of a typical engineer that he spends his uh, graduation and post graduation years while learning technical subjects. His primary focus on developing his logical and analytical ability, and once he joins any organization, he keeps on moving from one level to another level. And throughout this, the practical angle of engineering, or practical angle which can be said as a commercial angle, is totally missed out. The cost is a very important cost estimation. Then the implication of the cost into the financial statements like profit and loss and balance sheet is completely not looked into. It is a neglected angle. So an engineer remains an engineer till a majority part of his career. I mean, he may start his career in various disciplines like design, manufacturing, or engineering projects, and he keeps on learning the ladder, which takes him from graduate trainee engineer to a managerial level. So here, this initiative, which is taken by the Zeal College in association with the sorry. Somebody having question? Okay. So this initiative taken by the Zeal College and Sri Anand Bise is very important, which will uh, enable you to learn the basic facets of the cost estimation. Today, I am not going to talk about the process of the cost estimation. I am just covering the why it is important and how it will help you building a better career for you. So this is the organizational overview of any small and medium scale engineering industry. So here are the main functions you all aware of. It starts with the marketing, finance, operations, and it is supported by functions like administration, HR. So as an engineer, you get an opportunity of working in the various functions from operations, then the marketing. In operations, there are many subdivisions like planning, engineering, quality, etc. So this is a brief organizational overview of any company, which is applicable typically to a small and medium scale industry. Just to start with, I would like to give a brief relation among what is cost and what is selling price and what is the operating profit. These elements will be you are going to learn these elements in the latter sections under the guidance of Mr. Anand Bisesar. So broadly, there is a one part which is called as a cost. Then uh, the cost is divided among direct cost and indirect cost. When we add our operating profit to it goes into it is converted to the final cost. This is a very simple, broad idea about the cost. And the role of a cost estimation engineer or the role of costing comes into the learning the fundamentals of each cost drivers which contributes to the various areas of this cost, direct material cost to final cost. Now, when we in any company, there is a the cost estimation is not a one-time process. It is a ongoing, continuously updating, and one has to keep all the parameters under evaluation through the various stages. Like it starts with the design. When you design a product, the engineer has to keep in the mind the cost element also, because depending upon the requirements of any customer, the design should be made. So design is a starting point where the cost element starts its significance. From design, then comes the engineering part. Engineering deals with the detailing of the design, means preparation of the bills of material or process sequences, then the outsourcing activities, means it is more about the uh, detailing, planning, and the preparation for the production. Once the design and engineering is completed, then the role of the costing comes into. Then we make the various the costings of various elements, like explained earlier. It might be material, it might be machine, it will be labor, then other areas. Then once the costing is done, if the costing is approved by our customer in the form of quotation, the execution part starts. But after execution also, the whatever we have estimated that needs to be evaluated on a continuous basis, because the costing and the evaluation component has to work in hand. Many a times it happens as the costing which is prepared based on the original design is not going according to the assumptions made or the parameters decided. In that case, we have to take the supplementary actions like discussions with the customers or discussions with the internal departments about about the reducing the cost or increasing the price. And this cycle keeps on in a continuous manner. So the costing is the foundation of every departmental activity, from design to the marketing. So that's why the understanding of the costing, understanding the various facets of the costing, understanding what on what basis the costing is derived, understanding the parameters, understanding the calculations is very crucial. So we call it the cost estimation as a complete cycle. It covers right from the design stage. It involves all the employees right from the top management till the shop floor level worker. Dear members, do you have any question until now?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine. Before progressing ahead, I will take you to one example. This is a product. All of you are seeing a backhoe loader. Do you have you seen this product earlier?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is I have taken a simple product just to give you the idea. This is a typical backhoe loader which is produced by a company called Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, and this is used for various applications of excavating, and this is a multi-utility product. So, so you might be wondering why this photo is shown. Just because whenever a company launches a product and it develops its long-term strategy, so the company needs to calculate the various costs involved in designing this product, manufacturing this product, selling this product, and also providing the after sales support. So you will come across the various components which go into the making of these products. In costing parlance, these are divided among commodities or the segments like casting, hydraulics, electrical and instrumental components, then structural components which are also called as the fabricated components, and components which involve like rubbers or some gaskets which are made of rubber or plastic parts. So understanding of these these main cost heads or cost commodities is very important. Just I would like to relate a story about this product. So why I have taken this product? So you all are aware of this product, it is known as a JCB in India. How many of you have heard the word JCB?
Almost everyone, sir.
Everyone. So, can anyone answer me what is a JCB?
It is a earth moving device
Earth
for
over
vehicles.
equipment.
Okay, just to make this a little bit interesting, I will ask random questions. Mr. Bhushan Pawar, what do you know about JCB? Can you answer me? Ravindra sir, do you know JCB?
Uh, yes, sir. It is the name of company.
Okay, and it is a name of a company or it is a name of a product?
Sir, it's a name of company, sir.
Okay, okay. So this is good. But when we at our younger ages, I was not aware of a company that JCB is a name of a company. Uh, we used to see JCB as a product. It's like a Colgate. The JCB is a product, is a multi application excavating device which has one bucket, two buckets in fact, and it does a lot of work like digging, excavating, is used for the road construction purposes. So the JCB company is a 150 years old company which which had developed a product, and that product had become synonymous with the name of the company. In 2004, uh, Mahindra decided to launch the JCB, means backhoe loader. This particular product is called as a backhoe loader, and they marketed this product, this backhoe loader, at the same price at which JCB was selling. At that time, this JCB machine, this backhoe loader was selling at a price of 20 lakh rupees. And at that time, the share of market in JCB's hand was around 80%. So, uh, with the same price as compared to the JCB, what would have happened to the Mahindra's backhoe loader, which they had named as a Earthmaster? Can anybody guess? Mahindra and Mahindra launches the product at the same price at which JCB is selling. Who owns the 80% share of the market? The JCB was like a Maruti of the backhoe loader industry. So Mahindra, when they launched this product, the customers were very reluctant to buy this product because they were not knowing that JCB is not a product, is not a company, it's a product. They were not aware of the JCB as a company, and the the Mahindra and Mahindra made a terrible mistake in pricing this product similar to the JCB, and it took them a decade, more than a decade, to garner the share from 0% to 10% because they they went wrong in the pricing of the product, which is the result of the wrong costing of the product, or wrong estimation of the cost drivers of the product. And this applied to a company which is more than, which is a pioneer for many other products like Jeeps and mm, commercial vehicles like Bolero. So the Mahindra has a excellent team of engineers, excellent team of designers, excellent team of marketing people. They have the best in the world class factories with them, but with a little error in the costing part had caused them tremendous loss for more than 7 to 8 years. I'm just giving this example to extrapolate the significance of the costing. So where did they go wrong in the costing uh, is a case study in the management schools now. But this is the significance of the costing. Means they made uh, they made mistakes in design stage, engineering stage, then production, which included the enhancement of the capacities or the development of the sub vendors, raw material sourcing. There were mistakes at various levels, at the various stages, and this product did not get the required market share, which was anticipated during the launch stage. But they corrected this mistake during the launch of their another product, which is a Roadmaster, which is used for the uh, uh, in road building, and now that is a big seller in the market. So this is the significance of the costing, and not only costing, the complete cycle of the costing, evaluation, correction, again changing into the design and engineering, again costing, again evaluating. This cycle keeps on repeating. So this is one small story which will give you an idea about the role of the costing, cost estimation in the companies to achieve the goals of the company. So coming back to the role of the costing. So as you will, it is very important to in the determination of the correct price. As explained in the case of Mahindra's Earthmaster, the determination of the price was not done properly. So it cost them a lot. And why this determination of the cost? Because when we are when we have the correct data about the costing and the price, we are able to understand what is the achievable operating margin. What is operating margin? Operating margin is nothing but what the selling price minus your total cost. That is operating margin. In latter stages, you will come across the various financial elements, operating margin, then net margin. These are the subjects of a different discussion, but operating margin for a in simple terms is nothing but the difference between selling price and the costing, that is our operating margin. And when we are knowing the correct cost and the correct selling price, we can work on the ways to improve the operating margin. We can decide on the various projects, various activities which can be carried out to improve the operating margin. You all are aware that Indian manufacturing industry is competing against the various global players from the Eastern Europe, then uh, the countries like Vietnam, Taiwan, China. So as an industry, as a company, as an employee, it is the role of an engineer to work on the operating margin, to work on the cost reduction, and to work on the optimum price. Then the second important criteria of the costing comes into the selection of the right customers. If you are working in a sales or marketing department, there comes a question of selecting the right customers. Many a times you want to regret the customers also. So that is done with the help of analysis of cost and price. Any company has limited resources. Any company is not cannot undertake unlimited orders. The resources are limited. It is the objective of the company to earn the optimum profit with the available resources. So during the selection of customers, this analysis helps in taking the right decision. Now we will come back to the question I had asked about the what is the goal of any company. So except the companies like Tata or some philanthropic companies, the goal of any company which is incorporated is to increase the profit, to earn the profit. And after earning the profit, the goal is to increase the profit. And the next stage is to sustain the growth of profit. This is the only goal of any company. Apart from the non-profit organizations, there are numerous non-profit organizations, but we are talking about any commercial enterprise, private enterprise. So for that to achieve and to remain aligned with the long-term goal of sustained wealth creation, the selection of the right customers is very important. And how it can be done it is done with the help of the uh, correct cost estimation. At this point, I would like to ask a simple question about, can anybody tell me about the correct costing and the exact costing? Uh, Anand sir, could you shed a light on this point about the correct and the exact costing? Okay, I think I will give you the example. Many a times you will come across a question that what is the exact costing? As an engineer, we have been trained to do the calculations, and we always fight between what is exact cost, means 100.50 or 101, which is the correct one, 100.50 or 101. But many times the studies have been undertaken that which have shown that as an organization, the exact costing is not important. The correct costing means the error is between 180, is not between 100.50 and 101. So this is a very important element about the costing. Means as an engineer, we have been trained to utilize our logical and analytical skills. But it happens while going for the exact cost estimation, we miss out on the key elements, and we end up in creating the error of not 0.5 but 20, 10, which is a very huge error and which will not be afforded by any company. So this determination of the exact correct costing is very important. The third important aspect of the role of the costing comes into the development for the future expansion or downsizing. A company may have multiple units or it may have multiple locations. So while funding the expansionary projects, the costing helps in determining where we will have to invest in the future projects, or sometimes it may guide that some units may need downsizing, some units may need reduction in the resources in the form of machinery or people. So the cost estimation helps in taking a decision in this area. So just quickly, I will take you through this slide, which will summarize what points I have explained to you. That in any company there are many domains, which we call technical domains, It start with the design engineering till after sales service, which includes the various manufacturing processes according to the suitable industry, quality, assembly, finishing activities, packing activities. So this each technical domain is a cost center. It is it has its own cost. There are parameters which drive the cost of each technical domain. An engineer should be aware of the cost element of these domains. And, and what drives the cost means if you take a machining cost, the drivers would be its process time, then the cost of that machine, which can be interpreted into the hourly basis or minute basis, and the cycle time. So the fundamental is to importance is to know the cost drivers of each technical domain. In design case, you can estimate the cost based on the hours spent by the team of designers towards that. In case of raw materials, it will be the how much weight you are using to manufacture that product. So each technical domain has its cost drivers and parameters. And also, it is very interesting to note and very important to note that there is a direct relationship between the quantity, delivery period, and competition. A same product can be delivered in a short period of time, but at a different cost than the normal delivery time. So there are various interrelationships also between the quantity. If you have to make only one piece of any product, that's its costing will be different than if we are asked to make the 1,000 quantities of that product. So these are the this is the interface between the technical domains and the costing. So the costing understanding of the costing will help us to improve on our each technical domain. Now, why the mastery over costing uh, is is required in the career of engineer is that while you're doing your primary function like design or manufacturing, that if you are aware of the cost elements, if you are aware of the cost estimation or the cost drivers, you will definitely add a value which will help in the achieving the goals of the company. Then it will help in the contribution of interdepartmental activities. Means any organization there are interdepartmental activities are happening all the time. These departments work as a synergistically, not as an individual department. So understanding of the cost elements of own department as well as the other departments will help you grow as an engineer, and you will be exposed to the variety of departments, its cost drivers, and it will definitely helps understand the finance part of the company. So if you look at the various people who you are interacting, that only some of the people climb the ladder of the organization. Only a couple of people from a team goes into the leading positions. The main there is a technical reason also. They are competent in their own technical domain, and also they are contributing towards the money part of the company or the finance part of the company. They know the financial aspects of their technical function as a designer, as a manufacturing engineer. So the mastery or costing will act as a catalyst in your career. The opportunities in the manufacturing industries are tremendous, but if you have this skill of understanding the costing, doing the costing, and improving the costing will help you grow better in your career. So this is why the cost estimation is important. So I have tried to take you through the from the angle of the cost estimation and its interaction with the company's objectives, company's various departments. So if you have any questions, please, I will be more happy to answer them.